Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today we'll be starting with MCQs from chapter Dynamics. We studied all of this in yesterday's class, and today we'll just do some questions, MCQs, and then we'll do some theory tomorrow, and with that, this chapter will also be over. A stone of mass 0.12 kilogram is fired from a catapult. The velocity of the stone changes from 0, means that it was initially at rest, to 5 meters in zero point 0.6 seconds. What is the average resultant force acting on the stone while it is being fired? So, whenever you get a question about resultant force and you have your we can do this question two ways actually. We can do it through change in momentum over time, or we can also do it using F is equal to ma. I'm going to attempt this question using both the methods. We can try mv minus mu over t first. So what's the mass? The mass is 0.12. What's the final velocity? The final velocity is 5 minus 0.12 into 0. Now, why didn't I add positive 5 or negative 5 over here? In this case, it doesn't really matter. Why does it not matter? Because we only have one direction. When we have only one direction, your positive or negative sign does not really make any effect, okay? And what's the time taken? 0.16. So this is going to be 0 0.6 actually, not 1.6. This is going to be 0.6 over 0.6. So the answer is going to be 1 Newton. We can also attempt the same question using F is equal to ma. How? See, I have my mass that is 0.12. I can just find the acceleration. What's the formula for acceleration? V minus u over t. So if I substitute the values, my answer is going to be 0.12 into 5 over 0. Is going to be 0.6. Okay, इसका भी आंसर 1 ही आता है. Both ways. Initial velocity is 0, final velocity is 5. So you can attempt this question using both the methods. Your answer is going to be the same at the end. Is this clear? Is this clear? Perfect. Question number 2. A ball of mass 0.16 kg is moving forward. Let's draw this. 0.16 is moving forward at a speed of 0.5. A second mass ball of mass 0.1 kg. Okay, so this is stationary. So its initial velocity is 0 and its initial velocity is 0.5. The first ball strikes the second ball, okay? The second ball moves forward at a speed of, so now the second ball is moving forward with a speed of 0.5. What is the speed of the first ball after the collision? So 0.16, and we need to find V1. If we're assuming if this is M1 and this is M1, this is going to be our M2, this is our V2, this is our U2, this is our U1. So we just need to substitute the values now. If you make this diagram correctly, it basically helps you solve the question. So M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2. 0.16 to 0.5 plus 0.1 into 0 plus M1 again is 0.16. We have to find V1 plus M2 is 0.1 and V2 is 0.5. This is going to be 0.08 plus 0 plus 0.16 V1 plus 0.05. Subtract 0.03 over 0.16 is equal to V1, and your answer is going to be B. 0.16 meters per second is your answer. So this question, it looks like it's pretty difficult, but there isn't much to it. You only need to substitute in the values, and you need to make sure the diagram that you make that is correct. Because if you mess up the diagram, you pretty much mess up everything, okay? Is this clear? Perfect. Question number 3. Umar, which moving body has a resultant force acting on it? I even told you in the last class, whenever there's a question like this, and all the answers gonna have constant, constant, constant on terminal, okay? There's only gonna be one answer, and that is when something is traveling in a circle. So in this case, B. An aircraft circling an airport at a constant speed. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Question number 4. A constant force acts on a body, causing the momentum of the body to increase. Which expression relates to the force of the momentum and the time taken? So we all know we have a formula, force is equal to change in momentum over time. So what's going to be the answer? Simply A. Remember, it's change in momentum, it's not momentum, and these three are. Coming back to question number 3, I just want to clarify over here that whenever we have an MCQ which says an aircraft circling an airport at a constant speed, whenever there is something that is circling something, okay? So remember centripetal force, FC. FC is your centripetal force. Remember, your centripetal force acts on that point, ठीक है? उस पॉइंट पे आपके पास सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स ही एक फोर्स होती है which moves your object in a circular motion. Now, question number 5. This is kind of a little difficult, but let's try. A ball of mass 0.5 kilogram falls and hits the floor at 10 meters per second. It rebounds at a speed of 8 meters per second as shown. The collision between the ball and the floor lasts 0.5 seconds. What is the average force acting on the ball during the collision? Again, question is related to momentum. By now, these formulas should be on your fingertip. We just substitute the value. We take this as positive and we'll take this as negative. So, what's your mass? It's 0.5 into negative 8 minus 0.5 into positive 10. And what is the time? 0.5. So over here we have minus 4 minus 5 over 0.5. This is minus 18 minus 9 over 0.5, which is minus 18. So now we know that the magnitude of the force acting is 18. So the answer is either going to be C or it's either going to be D. इधर तक मुझे बताएं, is it clear up till this point? अच्छा. Now the question is what is the average force acting on the ball? ये एक वर्ड है ना गाइस, ये आपका पूरा क्वेश्चन बनाता है. ऑन द बॉल, कि बॉल के ऊपर हमारे पास कौन सी फोर्स एक्ट कर रही है. हाउ मच. नाउ रिमेंबर, अगर बॉल नीचे की तरफ गिर रहा है एंड देन इट इज रीबाउंडिंग, मतलब इट्स रीबाउंड होता है, ठीक है, इट बाउंसेस बैक. So, in which direction should the force be on the ball? Because the ball is exerting a downward force. देखिए बॉल तो नीचे गिरता है अपने वेट के साथ, वो नीचे की तरफ फोर्स बनाता है. तो हमारे पास इसके ऑपोजिट क्या होगा, बताएं. डी. नो. एक्टिंग ऑन द बॉल, नॉट बाय द बॉल, ये मैं आपको समझा रहा हूँ. तो गाइज देखिए, न्यूटन का थर्ड लॉ क्या कहता है कि इफ एक बॉल अगर जमीन पे डाउनवर्ड फोर्स लगा रहा है तो जमीन बॉल पे कौन सी फोर्स लगाएगी? जमीन बॉल पे अपवर्ड फोर्स लगाएगी, याद रखें, because it's pushing it back. So the question is force acting on the ball. So it's going to be 18 Newton upwards. Because ये जो हमारे पास फोर्स है, weight is downwards. न्यूटन थर्ड लॉ, न्यूटन का थर्ड लॉ क्या कहता है हमारे पास, कि every force produces a reaction force which is equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. So it's going to be opposite in direction in this case. Is this clear now? Question number 6. A cricket ball has a mass of 0.16 kilograms. The ball travels at 30 meters per second. The ball is hit by a bat with a force of 10,800 Newton. After being hit, the ball moves off at a speed of 30 meters per second in the opposite direction. Just a second, मुझे call आ रही है. अच्छा, so for how long was the ball in contact with the bat? तो अगेन गाइज हमारे पास सिंपल सा फॉर्मूला देखें, फोर्स है, हमें इनिशियल स्पीड दी हुई है, फाइनल स्पीड दी हुई है, सो वी ऑल नो दैट दिस इज force is equal to change in momentum over time. So F, which is 10,800, is equal to mv minus mu over t. We need to find t. We're just going to substitute the values and make t the subject. So m is going to be 0.16 into minus 30 minus 0.16 into 30 over t. Now what is t over here in this case? We have to find that, of course. So we're just gonna bring 1080 नीचे ले आएंगे, ठीक है? Can someone calculate the answer? इसका आंसर क्या आता है? Put these values in a calculator. B. 0.00089 seconds. Question number 7. An object of mass 4 kilograms is moving with a velocity of 3 meters per second in a straight line. What is the momentum of the object? So momentum is equal to mv, which is 4 into 3. ये तो बहुत सिंपल सा था, 12 kilograms meters per second. कभी कभार आसान सवाल भी आ जाता है, सारे सवाल मुश्किल नहीं होते of course. Question number 8. How is momentum p calculated in terms of the mass m of a body and its velocity v, and what time of quantity is p? So p is equal to mb. This is a vector quantity. We all know momentum हमारे पास एक vector quantity है, ठीक है? What is the correct expression for the change in gravitational potential energy? We haven't studied this, but your answer is going to be A. You all know that our formula for GPE is mgh, right? Over here, they just have rearranged this and they have written this as gm delta h. Now remember, delta h and h are literally the same thing, okay? Because we always whenever we are finding the change in gravitational potential energy, we always find the change in height. So that's why they only have written delta h. इधर लिखा हुआ भी है the change in height delta h. So this is an easy question, nothing too difficult. Question number 10. Two objects x and y move directly towards each other. The objects have the same mass, okay? They have the same mass. Object x has a velocity of 5 meters per second to the right. Object y has a velocity of 3 meters to the left. Objects x and y collide and stick together. So now if they stick together, that means it means that they have a same. Their v1 and v2 is same. मतलब ये जो दोनों की जो फाइनल वेलोसिटी होगी, it's going to be the same. So instead of using v1 or v2, we just use v, okay, in the formula. So m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v plus m2 v. Do you understand why I'm just using v and I'm not using v1 or v2? Do you get that part? Because both of them have the same velocity, so I do not need to write v1 or v2. Is that part clear, everyone? Achha, so now I'm just going to substitute in the values. So, okay, and they also have the same mass. Okay, fun fact, fun fact. So, if they have the same mass, then I also do not need to write m1, m2, and stuff like this. Because all of this is equal, right? So, m into 5 plus m into minus 3 is equal to, I'm going to add this up, 2mv. 5m minus 3m. This is a relatively difficult topic question, but I'm sure you guys will understand this. So it's going to be 2m is equal to minus is equal to 2mv. M cancels out. So m and m cancels out. 2 and 2 cancels out. So my velocity is positive 1 meters per second. My answer is positive 1 meters per second. Now, the question is, what is the velocity after colliding? So we know it's either A or it's either B. Now, how do we know it's A or how do we know it's B? You look at this sign. Positive sign हमारे पास कौन सी direction represent करते हैं? Yes, Umar? Towards the right. So your answer is B. And you're also done with this question.